What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with another Tales of the Rays video. Today we got a little discussion video. No news as of yet. They did start posting they posted the first picture on the Rays Twitter for the Barrel event. You know, the Hearts and Innocence event that's probably going to be starting on Friday. So we do have the first post for that. So we'll be getting a post pretty much every day until the event drops itself. But today I wanted to kind of talk about Spirit Gears. So it's been made clear that, at first it seemed like Spirit Gears would be only for a select few characters. They started with Ix and Melina, and then we had a pretty huge gap before we got Vague, Leon, and Stan. But now it's been like only about a month and a half since that, and we're already getting the next one. So it seems like this may be an every other month thing, which leads me to believe that this is the next step of this game. Obviously we're running low on characters. So they want to have events that don't necessarily need a new character to give us more content. And something that someone else brought up is like, these Spirit Gears are not necessarily an excuse, but kind of an excuse to give the characters modernized outfits. Fans like to see characters in new outfits. It's been very popular so far with all the characters that have been revealed so far in their outfits. So I wanted to kind of have a discussion here. We're here on the Rays Wiki, where we have the full list of characters that are currently in the game. And we're just going to kind of scroll down and talk about, obviously, the collab characters down here are not going to get Spirit Gear outfits. So we'll take pretty much all the way from Haruka all the way down to Claude and Rena. None of them will get Spirit Gears, obviously. But as for the actual Tales characters, I'd say it's a pretty likely scenario that most of them will probably get a Spirit Gear in a new outfit. But here's the important thing here is we need to kind of figure out, obviously they'll show us eventually, but it's kind of fun to theorize about what they could possibly be, like which element. It seems like a lot of people were surprised that Kyle got Sylph. People think that, since he's Stan's son, that he would just get Ifrit as well. So that was a little 180. That was pretty interesting. But obviously, so far, we've got Ix and Melina up here. So they're the first two. I'm assuming Marcus will... Actually, I don't know, because, with Marcus and Kokus being Mirites or whatever, would they really get Spirit Gears? I would assume so, just for the sake of gameplay purposes, but lore-wise, I wonder how that would work. But obviously, so we've got Ix and Melina so far. We got Leon and Stan, who are kind of like the two mains for Tales of Destiny. We're getting Kyle. He's the lead for Destiny 2. We are getting... Let's scroll down a bit. We got Vague, lead for Tales of Rebirth. Who else? We got Emil getting one, or Ratatosk. We still don't know who's actually in control yet. But Emil's getting one, lead for Dawn of the New World. Who else am I forgetting? I think that's pretty much everybody who has a... Who am I forgetting? Yeah, that's everyone. Oh, and Sophie. Where's Sophie? For Tales of Graces. Okay. Whereas Sophie's pretty much the main character. I guess you could say Asbel is, because he's who you mainly play as, but Sophie's like the main factor of the story. Plus, Sophie was the first character to come to Rays from Graces. It wasn't even Asbel. So what it seems like they may try to do, first of all, before they start diving into just random characters, is probably they'll lead into the main characters. So I'm assuming we'll see Crest get one. We'll probably see Raid get one. First for Eternia. For Symphonia, Lloyd, obviously. For Spirit Gear. People are speculating Mythos will get Origins, so maybe Mythos will get his first, but I'd say they're probably going to stick to the main characters first. So we'll get Lloyd. Sinel will probably get one down the line. Luke definitely will get one. Caius, Ruka. Yuri, I would be surprised if it takes Yuri too long to get his. We're not gonna use that name. We're gonna call him Shing. Shing will get... Well, Shing is probably gonna get an Overray, because you would think with this upcoming event, it would have been the perfect chance to just make it a straight Hearts event and then just give seasonals to Shing and Hisui. But they're obviously saving Shing for something else, which leads me to believe he's probably going to get an Overray in the upcoming story for the last few chapters we have of this arc. Jude and Milla will probably both get one at some point. Milla just got her overray, so I would guess Jude will probably get first pick. But then again, Jude also got his decisive Mirage Art, so it'd be really hard to really say. I don't know what they would even. I mean, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I guess Ludger could get one. So right, it's been brought up that the Seraphim from the Zestiria Berseria world are the same as spirits. So it's been said that, if Sorey was to get a spirit gear, he could use one of the Seraphim as like his catalyst for it. It'd be cool to see the Tales of Link characters get something instead of just the once a year type thing. And then obviously we know the Kononos probably won't get spirit gears right away, but they could at some point, just because they're getting their decisive Mirage Arts this month, so they probably won't get anything soon. And Rondaline hasn't seen stuff in a while, so maybe. But let's start talking about characters whose elements we kind of have an idea for. So for Yuri, for example, even if you don't look at the Ray story, like Dark would probably be his affinity, just, based on his character. But it was spoken by Tenebrae that Yuri kind of has this darkness kind of wave kind of coming off of him. So I could see Yuri getting a dark element spirit gear relatively soon down the line. And obviously the people who get spirit gears first are mostly going to be characters that already have 2 Mirage Arts, so I'm not expecting Ruka or Caius or Shing to get spirit gears before they get their second Mirage Arts. Let's see if there's any other starting characters. I don't think there's anyone else other than, obviously the side kind of collab characters. But from the main titles, I think those are the only ones that don't have a second Mirage Art. Yeah, that's it. Because everyone else at least has a seasonal or a decisive Mirage Art. Or an overray of some kind, because you can look at Emil. He literally just got his second Mirage Art earlier this year. But yet he's getting a Spirit Gear. Which sucks, because I still need his original Mirage Art. So, Yuri probably get Darkness. I've said for a while that Jude would kind of be cool if he got Maxwell as his Spirit Gear. Like Old Man Maxwell. People said that'd be good for Milla, but honestly for Milla, they could just give her a Spirit Gear, like, for her spirits. Like, for the 4 great spirits that kind of incorporates them all into herself. Which they could also do a similar type thing for Sorey, since Sorey does, he has a contract with all the Seraphim that journey with him. He could literally just have a Spirit Gear that allows him to utilize all of the different elemental affinities at the same time. Who else could we get? Just looking at things. Asbel would be a tough one. Spoiler, by the way, if you haven't played Graces. Because he already has Lambda's power for his overray. So, would they just find a way to incorporate Lambda, like, directly? Like, maybe having Lambda as a Spirit Gear would put less strain on Asbel and, how he uses his powers. So that'd be interesting to see how they kind of handle that. Lloyd's a tough one because my original thought, before the whole Mythos talk started happening, Origin was my first pick for Lloyd for who he could get. Because, it would kind of be like a half joke because Lloyd, obviously, he has this whole thing where he's, the more swords I'm holding, the stronger I am. That's how it works, right? So it'd be kind of like a half meme. If we got, like, Lloyd looking like Symphonia Origin where he has, like, extra arms sprouting out of his back. But obviously that would look weird gameplay-wise, because obviously he's still only going to use 2 swords to fight. So they obviously wouldn't do that. They could still give him Origin, just give him an outfit that kind of, like, symbolizes Origin. And I feel like that would probably be the best pick, either for him or maybe Kratos. Kratos could get Origin as well. Considering he, like, broke the pact or whatever. So that'd be very interesting to find out. Colette, I could see Colette maybe getting Martel, since Martel did inhabit Colette's body for a period of time. Sheena would have to get Various. There's no one else I could really see getting Various besides Sheena. It's the most likely fit there. Give Luke and Ash, give them both Lorelei. Also kind of a big spoiler as well. You could give Sync, since we know Ion, based on the story, Phone Master Ion is actually in this world. We don't know which version of Ion it is, really. At least, I don't think. I don't know if it's like totally forget if it's like a possessed Ion or not right now. But Sync could get Ion as a Spirit Gear, possibly. That'd be weird, because, spoilers, but Sync would essentially be equipping himself, in a way. So that'd be kind of interesting. Let's see. Cress, I'm really not sure, because I haven't played Fantasia myself, so I don't know what his, like, main art element really is. I've had a few people tell me, you know, like, Wind is probably, like, the best choice for him, so maybe he would get Sylph as well. But that'd be kind of interesting to find out. I feel like if we scroll down a bit for Kokus, I feel like Kokus, well, he has to get seasonal first before he gets a Spirit Gear, if they even implement a Spirit Gear for him, which he is a Raze exclusive character, so I feel like he should have priority over anyone else. But for him, I'd say maybe Darkness as well. He's not really a dark character, but it's just like a lot of his arts just feel like kind of dark related. So that'd be interesting to see on that. For Velvet, here's another thought I had. I don't know if this would go to Saray or Velvet, but when Laphicet becomes Maltellus at the end of Berseria, I feel like it would be more fitting for Saray, just because that's how Saray's game kind of ended. You know, he ended up freeing Maltellus and then sleeping for however many years alongside Maltellus until the world was purified. So Saray getting Maltellus would be interesting. And then I thought maybe Velvet getting Innominat, you know, her brother, would be another interesting Spirit Gear as well. But they could also go the simple route that they're kind of going right now, and then Velvet would probably get, I want to say, Fire. Like, maybe something between Darkness and Fire. Like, obviously, Dark is the easy pick, because you're just like, oh, Velvet's an anti-hero. She's going around killing people. Give her Darkness. And then, you know, Saray, happy-go-lucky character. He could probably get Asuka for Light, if they just wanted to do the whole Light and Dark with Berseria and Zestiria. But I'd like to think that at some point, like, some characters would get unique ones. And then another thing is, I assume at some point Alicia and Rose will either get a Spirit Gear that incorporates the spirits, the Seraphs, or they're going to get Overrays, kind of like Saray, where they just have the Armatus. Since Alicia and Rose both only have seasonals and they're normal Mirror Jarts right now, so they could totally implement. I know the whole Alicia one is a bit iffy because some people aren't keen on how it was handled, you know, in the anime, and that's the only time Alicia actually was able to armatize. But Tales of Asteria did use armatize Alicia to make units for it, so they could do it in Raze too if they really wanted to. I guess, for Sophie, well, Sophie already has her, so we don't need to worry about that, because, there was someone who made a comment that was like, I forget what the, in the future arc, the villain for the future arc, the one that was trying to, like, take Sophie, I forget, little something, people suggested her, but obviously Sophie's already getting a Spirit Gear, so that already throws that out the window. I guess Richard could get Lambda, if they wanted to do that, like, if they could transfer the power from Asbel to a Spirit Gear, and then put it inside Richard again, but I don't think Richard would even really want that. As for the rest of the Vesperia characters, overall, most of them I feel like would get very basic ones, like, you know what for Estelle, they could do, like, the Children of the Full Moon as, like, a Spirit Gear, like, they somehow find a way to implement that. Like, obviously it wouldn't be an actual character, but just the like, essence of the Children of the Full Moon as a Spirit Gear for her. Flynn would probably get something like Asuka or something around those lines. It would be cool if Duke got, like, one of the Entelekea as a Spirit Gear, but I feel like they're gonna hold off on the villains for now. Who else? Obviously, like I said, Caius and Ruka, they're probably gonna be one of the last ones, at least until they get seasonals or decisive Mirror Jarts, just because they are so far from being optimal units to use, essentially. But I think overall, those are all the main ones I kind of wanted to go over. Definitely let me know down below what you guys think, who would get what kind of Spirit Gears. there's obviously definitely tons of options to kind of go with, but it'll just be very interesting to see what they do. And I do think that a majority, by the time Raze ends, you know, whether we have 5 years or 6 years of content for this game or however many years it goes for, I do feel like a majority, I would say at least 50% of the cast will probably have Spirit Gears by the time this ends, because it seems like the next step past Mirage Arts, so they're probably just gonna, every other month, we'll probably get 3 more characters that get Spirit Gears. And since they add 3 characters every month, they don't have to worry about catching up and overpassing themselves. Because it's just like you're getting 6 characters every 2 months, and then every month you're adding 3 Spirit Gears, so you'll always stay ahead of the game. But like I said, guys, let me know what you guys think down below for future Spirit Gear ideas. I'm very interested to see what kind of ideas you all have. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much everything I have for you today. My next video on Raze will obviously be when they drop the date for the upcoming event, which I still say is going to probably be Friday the 13th. Hopefully, actually, don't summon on that day, guys. It's bad luck. wait till the 14th. Summon the day after the event starts. But anyways, guys, that is it. Don't forget to subscribe for more if you're new to the channel. I will see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.